So I reckon we start with the team ones. So, Brody, we'll start with you. Which team has impressed you the most, and which team has disappointed you the most?
The team that's impressed me the most is the Cats. I didn't have them as being. I thought that they might sneak into the finals, but their last few weeks have been really impressive. I mean, the big tomahawk is firing on all cylinders. They've got a deep midfield, and I reckon this could be their year. They've been very good in home and away seasons, like the last 8-9 years, without doing much in finals. But this could be the year, and I think they're priming magnificently for a run at the flag.
All right, Rowie, what team have you enjoyed watching so far?
I was tempted to say Port. I have a feeling one of the other members on this group is going to say that, so I might pump up my own team here and say the Saints. Obviously, a few blokes had some high hopes for them. I wasn't as optimistic. I thought we'd finish a bit outside the 8, but they have so far defied my beliefs. We obviously changed a lot of our lineup, changed our game plan, and obviously changed our coach. Have a lot of more youthful players in the team now. And just think the way we've adapted to the whole game plan and just bringing in a lot of speed. And we've now the first number one ranked team to play on from marks. Just that whole new game plan for switching from slow and steady to fast pace has really benefited us. We've adjusted a lot more quickly than I thought, and obviously results are showing. So I think we've adapted to our changes really well. I think that's why we're probably the most impressive.
Pilch, are you getting around your own boys here as expected, or?
Well, my expectations for my own team are always way too high, as you know, Hamish. Yeah. But if someone told me that we'd be top of the ladder 12 or 13 rounds into the season, I would have said they were dreaming. You can't ask for much more, and we've played some great footy. But the two I had written down were Port and the Saints. But yeah, I thought Roy would say the Saints as well. So.
Yeah, 100% agree with all the shouts so far. Probably a rogue one I'll add into the mix, Melbourne. I think I predicted them to come 16th or something, and I know they were really good in 2018, and they were probably a lot below where they should have been last year, so you could argue this is just where they should be, but I think everyone was predicting them to be a lot worse this year than they are, and they're right in the mix for finals, so I think Melbourne fans will be pleasantly happy with their performance so far this year. In terms of disappointments, there's actually quite a few, to be honest. I'm going to throw one out there. I think it's the obvious one. Well, I don't know if it's the obvious one, actually, but Collingwood. I actually had them to win the minor premiership, and I think I actually also had them to win the grand final. And at this stage, I can't see, the minor premiership, that's obviously not happening, but I can't really see the premiership happening either. I think they sit just inside the 8 at the moment, but yeah, it's not been great for them. Lots of injuries, though, in their defence, but yeah, not ideal. Pilch, who's disappointed you?
Well, obviously, Adelaide, people had them near the bottom, but I'm not sure if anyone really saw this coming before the season started. After the first few games, it was obvious they weren't going to win any games. But outside of them, I also had the Pies and also Hawthorn. I would have had Hawthorn around pushing for the top 8 before the year, and I think they're 4-8 or 4-7. So they've definitely been a big disappointment as well.
Yeah, Brody.
I've gone the Giants. I think they've still got the most talented list in the competition, in my opinion. Made a granny last year, and I thought that they would bounce back hard this year with the the setback of last year, but they've been really disappointing again. They've moved the ball slowly. They're boring to watch, and I think their players, I'm going to say it, a bit selfish. It's all about me, and they've been a major disappointment in this season.
Yeah, no, rogue shout, but I rate it. Rowie?
Yeah, well, look, I had three selections down here, and that's all the 3 teams. So I'm a bit cornered here. But yeah, like Brody touched on, the first word I wrote next to those was selfish. Obviously, they're not really plagued by injuries, considering they have a really talented list and can back it up. And it's just the poor performances they put in, especially against Sydney, which we saw on the weekend, was just not good especially for a grand final team last year. And then Adelaide, obviously, we all sort of expected what was going to happen, but they're just not even up to scratch. This is, obviously worse than a few of the Gold Coast seasons we've seen the past few years. And then obviously the Hawks, not a fan of Clarkson trying to go after another premiership. If you're going to go after another premiership, you can't be sitting 16th on the ladder. He's got to face facts and rebuild. So I think just obviously Clarkson's a great coach, one of the greatest of all time, but his inability to face facts and go for a rebuild is really backfired here. And they're sitting 16th, and now they've lost Sicily, arguably their best player. So, yeah, pretty disappointing.
Yeah, I'll throw another one into the mix. Essendon, I reckon. I think you guys actually tipped them to come about where they're sitting right now, but I had them to come, I think, 5th. I thought this was going to be the year where it all clicked together. They have like a good mix of ages in their side, and I think they've been pretty bad. I don't know where they sit exactly, either 11th or 10th or something like that, but they've won a lot of close games against average teams, especially in the first 6 weeks. They were winning a lot of games within 2 goals, which they shouldn't have been. And I think they've really only performed to their full ability like a couple times this year. One comes to mind. I think they beat Collingwood by 20 points or something when Collingwood weren't as injury affected. But yeah, I think it's been pretty disappointing from them. And quite frankly, I'm sick of all Essendon fans most fans do this, but every Essendon fan just blaming the umpires every single game. Getting a bit sick of it. This one bloke from my cricket club just does not shut up. So that's probably another reason why I'm starting to grow a bit of disdain towards Essendon. But yeah. And now
it's a miracle. Oh yeah! What about that one? Unbelievable. Balotelli, Aguero! Crowd cheers. Here's Siddle. Oh, that ball is close. He's going.